Mnakumbuka Ibrahim MWITI, ule mse aliabductiwa wakati wa maandamano venye tulikuanga streets June? Bana jo, aliendanga missing bana. Amepatikana THIKA level 5 amededi bana jo. So the only people wanaweza tuambia about his story watu wa THIKA level 5 hospital bana. So nimeanza hadi kubelieve labda Kibet Bull bana lidedi jo.
Morara Kebaso is a conman. Okia Mtata is a conman. Hanifa is a conman. You should be treating them like enemy combatants when you see them somewhere. Please.
Wewe ulisema kwamba usiende maandamano, sisi tumelipwa. Kwa hivyo hizo pesa zimekufikia pia na umekuja sasa kuchukua tu mileage. Umekuja kwa mileage. Hanifa.
No, I'm also asking you, why did you go live and tell people that they don't come to the street?
Yes, today. Yes.
Show me the evidence. And told people that wasije tumelipwa.
Now let me tell you something. For sure.
It's either you're with us or you're not with us.
Let me tell you something. We have one enemy and that enemy is me.
And the people
I have never had a
live.
Live on TikTok or where? Just TikTok, you know. I've never had a live for the last 3 months.
Okay, but you wait,
the whole day. Let's sort one issue. No. One issue at a time. You said, I said. No. Nilisema kwamba mmelipwa. I have never been live for 3 months.
No, let's focus on
So when did this live happen?
We are here to sort out issues of Mkia Mtata. You will not create chaos here.
Nani alikupea habari? Nani alikupea habari?
You will not create chaos here. We are here.
From today we agree on one thing. We need to stay united as a movement. And side shows, lies, misconceptions, those things we will not accept.
They call you
we have to stand together. We have to stand together.
We are here to follow up on the release and the status of Mkia Mtata. The rest of the matters will be handled by the individuals concerned at their most appropriate.
Perfect. It's Mother's Day. Today you've seen they've discovered the lifeless body of Ibrahim MWITI in THIKA level 5 hospital. Mothers out there, if you are watching this, today it is Ibrahim MWITI's mother. Tomorrow it is you. All these activists, we've just been telling them, all the people in social media, we've been giving them the tips and telling them that tomorrow is you. These are the simple tips. Stop talking to these guys. Stop interacting with these guys. These guys are sellouts. These guys will sell you out to the government. These guys will give out your location. These guys will give out your Safaricom number and then you'll be tracked. But no!
Kuna watu wengine wako huko kwa mitandao hawataki sana tuseme haya mambo. Kwa sababu wanataka kuendelea tu kusema hakuna kazi inaendelea Kenya, hakuna kitu, fitina tu, story, Kasongo, Sakayo, sijui.
Mbali nanga.
Hiyo Kasongo ni sawa, ni wimbo mzuri sana ambaye ilikuwa inaendelea. So hiyo Kasongo tuendelee naye. Ile ya Sakayo pia si mbaya kwa sababu kusanya ushuru ya kupeleka Kenya mbele, hiyo ni sawa. Na kwanza Sakayo ndio aliona Mungu alimtembelea. Sasa wewe uchakuwa Sakayo utatembelewa na Mungu namna gani?
Majenzi mko? Kazi mnafanya kwa mtandao ni mzuri sana. Na tunapongeza nyinyi. Na muendelee. Mtaendelea. Lakini mtandao peke yake haitoshi. Tunataka mjiandikishe kama wapiga kura. Wale watu ambaye watakomboa Kenya hii, wenye kuamua Kenya itaongozwa namna gani, ni hao majenzi wetu mwaka wa 2027. Lakini hamwezi amua Kenya itakaa namna gani kwa simu peke yake. Lazima mchukue vitambulisho, lazima mjiandikishe kama wapiga kura. Siku hiyo ikifika muamuke saa 9, muungane na sisi na wengine, tuende pale kwa debe, tutafute uongozi wa maana ambaye utaheshimu wa Kenya, utaheshimu demokrasia na utakubali kufanyia kila mtu maendeleo. Tumekubaliana majenzi?
Welcome to my live stream. Sorry, I can see I'm 10 minutes late. Sorry. You know, there's a lot of things. I had to collaborate with some people. We had to talk with lawyers. Yes, and many of you are against the my presenting to present myself to DCI. You think it's a booby trap? It's a setup meant to abduct me and eliminate me for good. I'm taking all your comments. I'm speaking with lawyers. Yeah, so nothing will be ignored. I'm not one to ignore public views. We've been talking about the enemy. We've been talking about Ruto. The amount of energy that we've expended to talk about Ruto in various civic education platforms, on social media, on physical locations, by now that man should have gone. Because I've never seen such levels of consensus. I've never seen such uniformity, unanimity across the country, across the tribes, that this man is bad for the country. So why is he still in power? Why is William Ruto still in office? A very tiny, a very minuscule thing is keeping him in power. A very small thing is keeping William Ruto in power. Something very tiny, something in your face, it is hiding in plain sight. And you people are not seeing. You people are entertaining it all the time. And who is this? It's the internal enemies. It's the saboteurs. It's the traitors. Because you continue to entertain them. You continue to engage them in their plans. You continue to give them your locations through sharing your numbers. Look at Kibet Bull. Kibet Bull was an anchor of the movement. His cartoons were encouraging us, were spearheading a new wave. Not our activists are sellouts. The kid goes blindly. The kid goes stupidly to meet Okia Omtata. I am angry because I kept repeating that Okia Omtata is a sellout. What do I have to do to get that in your thick heads? You guys think it's a drill? You think this is jokes? You think I'm playing? You think you owe me your lives? You think I'm obligated to give you this information? I'm doing this so that we can extend the shelf life of the movement. But the movement is being subjected to a lot of self-sabotage because most of you are stupid idiots. I cannot believe that up until December there were still people using Safaricom. Not only me was I speaking about it, Nation did a whole front page saying that the Safaricom system is infiltrated. There is a company they hired from the UK in 2012. It's the one that has been giving the locations of activists and political dissidents. And you still hold onto your Safaricom SIM cards. Are you sick? Kibet Bull, I kid you not. I reached out to him one time. I asked him, hey, give me your number. He was unresponsive. I told him, can you then activate your voice calls on X so that I can reach you there? He refused. Then I come to see he had been giving his number to very many useless of you people. Because of what? Because of this mob psychology, because of these cliques that you guys tend to gravitate towards. Because you must be in a clique. You must be associated with someone. You must be allied with this person. None of you has any individuality. None of you has any uniqueness. You must be carried around, swayed around like a bunch of, like sheep. That's why, even if we were hundreds of thousands in CBD on June 25th, you people were still herded like livestock by a bunch of activists told go home. And go home to do what? What did you achieve when you went home? You went back to your fucking beds. What did you achieve? You didn't achieve anything. You should have stayed in CBD. You only needed the sacrifice of another 24 hours. That was such a tall order to ask you, useless pieces of shit. So you opted for another 6 months of oppression, another 6 months of propaganda, another 6 months of abductions. More people have died, all because you didn't want to sacrifice one more night. You have one more night to go for your dundas, one more night to go for your keshas, one more night to go for your church whatevers, but one for good governance, one for an end of abductions, one for an end of economic ruin. you couldn't sacrifice. Because you are livestock, you are herded to your slaughter. I tell Quebec Bull, he could see my tweets. Understand, Okia Omtata is a system apologist. Everything you see him doing is a charade. He's a system apologist. Having to brief like this to tell you the obvious because you lack the mental tools just to make basic deductions. We have to keep on repeating this shit every other day just so that you can be alive. Quebec Bull was the movement. I say was because they are convinced that he was killed and it's the reason why they are not releasing all the other boys. Quebec Bull was the movement. By arresting, by abducting, God forbid, by murdering Quebec Bull, they knew they were puncturing the movement. These, I told you, all these abductions are done from policy level. They are done on the desktop. They look, who has the most influence? Let's go this way, let's sway that way. So Quebec Bull's abduction was not a coincidence. It was not one of these random ones. This was something that was calculated on the table for weeks. And Okia Omtata was privy to those discussions, if not being part of them. So, Quebec Bull reaches out to Okia Omtata. My brother has been abducted. What can I do? No, don't tell anyone. Don't tweet. Come to my office. On Monday. Anyone first telling you to come to your office on Monday and your brother has been abducted, is telling you to wait for 2 days for miracles to happen so that his brother can re-emerge. You guys have to utilize your senses. You have to think, you have to use your gut feeling. To utilize your senses. I can't keep on repeating this. We can't be doing the same shit over and over. We can't be planning protests and then all the medias, they go to Okia Omtata and then Okia Omtata stages his own arrest and then everything we are going to do it on Monday the 6th and expect different results. They come there with Hanifa, they come there with who? They come there with Boniface Mwangi, they come there with who's Halid, they come there with Julius Kamau, they come there with all these charlatans whose work is just pandering to the media so that they can attract donor funding. But because the donors also, they have been short of money, now they have realized that the government has more money, so let's do a run for donors. Let's do a run for government money. Because donor money is not guaranteed. Every day there is a new political change. Like now, and then these ones, they are not into funding NGOs. These ones, so they know that donor money is not reliable. So what do? Now let's go for government money. Okia Omtata is the head of the snake. All along has been. All along he has been the head of the snake. You have Boniface Mwangi. You have Hanifa Edan. You have Hus Halid. You have Julius Kamau. You have Morara Kebaso. You have to vet the people that you are interacting with. You have to vet the people that you're following. Now, they're saying that somebody has been paid to malign them. What reputation do they have to protect? These are conmen, these are frauds You gave them your money, you gave them your time, and by doing that, you are inadvertently killing our movement. We are working so hard to do civic education. You idiots are just sending money. You're just giving attention to people who are sabotaging us. We have been going round circles around the same point. What more do you want me to do? The DCI here are on my neck. They want to fucking kill me. And then you here, you're just following the same people who are deflating our movement, who are sabotaging our movement. What the fuck is wrong with you Kenyans? Morara Kebaso is a conman. Okia Mtata is a conman. Hanifa is a conman. You should be treating them like enemy combatants when you see them somewhere. Please. Monday, 6th of January 2025 is Mother's Day. Today you've seen they've discovered the lifeless body of IBRAHIM MWITI in THIKA level 5 hospital. Mothers out there, if you are watching this, today it is IBRAHIM MWITI's mother. Tomorrow it is you. All these activists, we've just been telling them, all the people in social media, we've been giving them the tips and telling them that tomorrow is you. These are the simple tips. Stop talking to these guys. Stop interacting with these guys. These guys are sellouts. These guys will sell you out to the government. These guys will give out your location. These guys will give out your Safaricom number and then you'll be tracked. But no! But no! You thought you were smart enough. The only reason I am alive is because I took those simple steps. The only reason I am alive is because I stopped using my Safaricom SIM card. For you, if you want to die, use your fucking Safaricom SIM card. Who is begging you now? But you can see the anguish that you're causing to people because of your stupidity. You can see the pain that you're causing to people because you refuse to follow simple tips. William Ruto's speech on June 25th should have been a pointer. He said, I will get all of you one by one. You're terrorists, you're anarchists. He called you all sorts of names. He already made it clear to you that he's coming for you. Now, for those of us who have known William Ruto for long, we don't take such threats lightly. We take the necessary precautions. For those of us who know what William Ruto is about, for those of us who know the post-election violence of 2007-2008, how a church in Kiambaa was burnt. If you saw that, you know what he's about. And you wouldn't take such threats lightly. He says he has this sheepish grin on his face. You think the teeth are white because he's smiling. No, he's telling you, I'm going to kill you. And you are there. Going to people we have flagged as traitors. Look at Hanifa's body structure. Well, look at her. She's a policeman. She's a policeman. I don't know why it has taken you long. I don't know why because you guys lack your personal identity. You don't want to think. You must follow what this guy says, what this guy said. No, you have been presented with evidence there. You make your own conclusions, derive your own conclusions. You don't have to wait that, oh, this guy has not endorsed this guy, oh, this guy has criticized this one. No. Have I wronged you? Anyone who is telling you that I'm wrong, have I wronged you? Have I taken your money? These people have literally scammed you, have fraudulently acquired your money. Obtaining money through false pretense. Hanifa Edan, Morara Kebaso. That's what we are going to charge them with after the revolution. So somebody comes and tells you, oh, Francis, he has problems with it. Oh, Francis, and then you join the troll bandwagon. You didn't take time to learn what I'm about. You didn't even do some research on me. These are the guys. Hanifa Eden, from 2 years ago backwards, there is nothing substantial or significant about her. Same as Morara, 2 years behind. You know, you cannot see anything substantial from this guy. Oh, they appeared somewhere where he scammed people. I don't know, they were seeking visas to go to which country. Oh, he scammed them. You ignore that very important, critical detail, and then you wholeheartedly give him your money. And then you even start corresponding. Oh, what's your number? Oh, okay. I don't know where Mercy Tarus went to, but you remember they had an online spat with Morara Kebaso, and ever since then we've never known what happened to Mercy Tarus. Some say she's alive at home, others say she went into exile. We don't know, but I will tell you for free, it cannot be a coincidence that after her spat with Morara Kebaso, she disappeared. Because they were collaborating, the chick was feeling wounded, like this guy, I had given him my intellectual property, and then he started using it. So they were talking, and she felt betrayed. But after that online spat, she has never been seen or heard again. You guys think we are joking, eh? This is serious shit. This is serious shit. When we mention, we say, William Ruto is a wounded dog right now. He is isolated from the international community. He is isolated here locally. He doesn't have the MPs he used to walk around with. He's feeling the heat. He's being pushed in a corner, and it is now that he's most dangerous. Now he can do stupid shit. So believe me when we say that there is a high possibility that this man could have killed the abductees, because he's becoming a dictator, but a dictator without the necessary tools to remain in power. So he can just kick anyhowly, and this is the time where you exercise precaution. Don't go where you see the prominent activists and influencers. Why are you going there? And then now you spend the whole day wasting our time telling us to free you because you went there, you chained yourself, thinking you're pandering to the cameras, thinking you're going to appear on CNN because you saw Larry Madowo. Larry Madowo is part of the game. Larry Madowo, you see him as protesters coming where you are. I have a video which I posted in June. He's the one who was ratting out to the police where the protesters are. Think I hate Larry Madowo? What the fuck would I hate from him? Doesn't threaten me one bit. Why would I feel threatened about an idiot who comes? He just appeared out of nowhere. When the escalation starts, he comes and then he buys your trust. And then you know all these influencers, they start saying, one word for Larry Madowo. Thank you to Larry Madowo. You are congratulating a fish for swimming. Why do you congratulate people for doing their job? He's a journalist, a fucking journalist, a paid journalist. Why are you congratulating him? Can you grow up, some of you fucking influencers? Mr. Right, KE, why do you say some dumb shit? Your account went because of engagement farming through such tweets. Now with a new account, you're still continuing with the same dumb shit. Can you stop? We've lined up all these sellouts for you. Can you stop following them? And if you follow them, that's your shit. Don't come to tell us you've been arrested. Don't come to tweet, oh, we've been arrested. Because these guys are the guys who sell out. They know where you are, and then they tell the police, go like that, go like that. Paul Okemani, when he was arrested in June, he's the one who had called the police to where you guys were. And you guys thought, oh, this guy is cool, this guy is an influencer. Can you stop following those famous influencers and activists? You are the influencer. You are the activists. You hit the streets. You block the roads. You light the fires. You move up slowly to CBD, slow, gaining ground. You get the cops. You corner them. Get a cocktail mixologist to blaze the vehicle. Once you corner them like this on both sides, you tell them to surrender while you're filming them. Tell them to lay down their arms. They surrender. You tie their hands and you frog march them to wherever you're going. That's how you're treating the police on Monday. You're not going there to sing with them songs. Sijui nini afande, sina makosa afande, Ruto si wako na misi brangu, chukia nini kati yangu mimi na wewe, sina makosa afande. Fuck you with your shitty songs. Take those songs and shove them up your ass. You fucking activists. You've been activists for 15 years. 15 good years. During the same duration. During the same period. We have seen a total regression. We have seen a relapse in our economic and constitutional gains. We are now a one-party state. All because we are being treated to theatrics by a bunch of useless activists who are just chasing for donor money. Who are just chasing for government handouts, who are just chasing for jobs. No. We cannot be talking about the same shit. We cannot be talking about Okiya Omtata every other time. I've been seeing him since he started chaining himself in the Vigilance House of Police, I think from 2008. What has his activism yielded? Nothing. But when Kenyans now come together and they start discussing issues of mutual importance, that's when now they are trying to insinuate themselves to disrupt us. And so I'm asking them, what gain do you have what benefits do you have to make or to gain from disrupting us all the time? What the fuck is wrong with you? The only explanation is these guys are working for the government. These guys have seriously taken the oath like policemen. That's the only incentive. These guys have gone somewhere and taken an oath like spies. Because it doesn't make sense. Hanifa, even when the backlash is crazy against her, she still pushes and pushes. Now I can see her views are going. She's still pushing to the last minute. The only explanation is these people have sworn an oath to protect not just any leader, but William Ruto. Okiya Omtata, for him to have the courage, for him to squander his political ambitions and give away Kibet Pool, the only other incentive that could have been there is he has sworn an oath to protect Ruto in private. The way he says he's a patriot. Oh, I'm a patriot. Oh, you've seen Boniface Mwangi is always wearing that Kenyan flag, claiming that he's more patriotic than the rest of us. He cares about Kenya. What are the yields of his activism? He cannot show you anything. Me, I flagged Boniface Mwangi a long time ago. We blocked each other, I'm telling you, over 10 years ago. On a different account. Now, I had an account which was suspended by X, or the formerly Twitter. I think sometime in 2021. It was suspended in 2021. And one of his activist friends reached out to me and told me, oh, Bonnie has good contacts with Twitter because the then vice president was close to him. Ask him if I'm bullshitting. Ask him if I'm lying. And they were very close with Boniface Mwangi. So Boniface Mwangi is the one who used to coordinate the suppression of free speech in Kenya, because they had very close contacts. And by then he was operating with Uhuru. They had very close contacts with the vice president of Twitter at the time. And so it is when I was told to talk to him to have my account reinstated, I was like, I'd rather die and talk to Boniface Mwangi, because he's always been a traitor. By then I didn't have the voice that I have now. By then I didn't have the awakening that I have now. But now I can confront them. I can look them straight in the eye. I can tell you, Okiya Mtata is the head of the snake. Boniface Mwangi is a traitor. Hanifa Edan is a traitor. Hussein Khalid is a traitor. Julius Kamau is a traitor. Morara Kebaso is a fucking asshole. Can look at them straight in the eye. And I can tell you that your continued association, your continued collaboration with these people will lead you to death. There is no two ways about it. You are dealing with a very vindictive idiot called William Ruto. He only has one strategy of eliminating people who criticize him. Let's kill them. Oh, sio Ruto mubaya. Ruto ukikaa na yeye ni mtu mzuri sana. Ni wenye wamemusunguka. Ni Faruk ni yeye mubaya. No. All of this shit. He chooses the people who amplify his depravity. He chooses people who align with his toxicity. Come here, Farouk. You espouse the ideals that I harbor, that I hold dearly. Who are you? Abel Rotich. Come. This is the unit we are going to be using to abduct Kenyans, young Kenyans who are criticizing me online. Who are you? Get the other guys. Get warrant officer. Get the other guy. So, you people don't know what you are on to. You're just about to stumble on a revolution. And you think this is a walk in the park. You think that this is just another day to go and take selfies, to go and eat pilau in parliament. You seem to underestimate your achievements. You have all these people selling you fear. There's that idiot of Spice FM who is saying, Goido is at risk. You know, he has offended very powerful people. Just because of what? Just because of tweets. Fuck you, man. Your work is, you've been paid by Spice FM to sell fear to Kenyans. Have I ever asked you for anything for you to discuss about me? Instead of you joining us so that we can, who are you? You're saying powerful people. You have appropriated them. You have made them powerful. People who are paid by your own taxes, and you're calling them powerful just because they can command a few goons over here, because that's what they are. Abel Rotich is a goon going to murder children. That's a goon. So because somebody can commandeer a few goons, now he's powerful. No. The people are powerful. The day we say this guy to step down, he will step down. So who are you? Who are you to deflate? To deflate our momentum? Who are you to burst our bubble? You know Goido. There's that fat guy of Spice FM. You know Goido. Goido has offended very powerful people. He's in big trouble. Fuck you. You think you're any better? You think you're any safer? You think they won't wait for you outside your workplace and abduct you? One day you just say just something off and these guys feel offended. Instead of standing with the people, you are siding with the mainstream narrative. Are you fucked in the head? Need to get some balls. Women these days have more balls than the men. If you look at the people who have been deflecting our movement, it is men. If you look at the people who've been empowering us, it's women. When you say some damn shit, oh, Goido, no, Goido, what the fuck? No, Goido, he uses some Kikuyu words to disparage the leaders. What? I will say it again. Raila is an overgrown kehe. He's an aging orangutan and senile old bastard. Now get that. Please take this clip and you put it on your social media, because I'm not retracting. Raila is an overgrown kehe. Raila is a senile old bastard. He's an aging orangutan. Because of what? Because us, the same way you've been self-sabotaging, the same way you've been embracing Okiya Mtata, Boniface Mwangi, Hanifa to self-sabotage our movement, it is the same way the godfathers of the second liberation, By embracing Raila, they kept deflating, they kept postponing the wave of change. They kept undermining it. Because you have this illusion that everyone must be on board. However toxic they are, however treacherous they are, everyone must be on board. Raila has been selling us out. His father has been selling us out since the 90s, since the 2000s. To date, Raila is selling us out. Why should we respect him? Because of what? His imaginary statesmanship credentials. Because he has dispatched all the toxic propagandists. He has dispatched Gabriel Oguda. He has dispatched Dikembe, Seth Odongo. It's called Seth who? That Dikembe fucker who works in Junet office. That guy who sucks Silas Chepkere's cock, Jaka Kimba's cock. He's called Dikembe Seth. There's Collins Bay, who is Edwin Sifuna's secretary. They just write long posts just being anti-Kikuyu. Some people are allowed to be tribalists, but when us, we respond a bit, then it's a problem. Fuck you. I told you, since the 90s, the wave of change has been self-sabotaged. It was not Moi who killed people. It was them who are selling themselves out. It was them who are playing divisive politics. It was them who are taking the tribalism bait. We have refused to do that. We have refused to board. They tried. They tried turning Gachagwa's impeachment to a Luo affair. Murima Yezi Guzwa. Who? As we didn't. You thought we were losing sleep because of Gachagwa's impeachment. You saw somewhere as if I lost sleep. But you wanted to make it that way. Because you knew tribalism was your only card. And then we've transcended that element of divisiveness. Look, since 2013 to 2022 or 2023, we have seen over 600 billion devolved to the counties. Devolved to the constituencies through CDF, through what? Can you show me from that 600 billion? It takes 10 billion to build a referral hospital. Can you show me one referral hospital which has been built since the advent of devolution? Can you show me one school, one university which has been built since the advent of devolution? So these guys go up there. They told us that Ugatuzi is a quick fix panacea. It is going to solve our problems because now the money will be dictated from the grassroots. But it was just devolved corruption. So we are tired of these politicians because every time they come to prescribe a remedy, it is always skewed in their favor and stacked against us. So what value does Raila have? Raila is a spent cartridge. He's a used condom. He's an aging orangutan and senile old bastard. He's an overgrown kehe. Get that in your thick head. And I told you, you getting offended by my insults to your oppressor, that you're suffering from a mutated strain of Stockholm syndrome. You are worse. You are worse than even the oppressor we are trying to remove. You who is harboring sympathetic feelings to your oppressor. And please listen, just because you are cutting deals, you're making money, I told you, your economic prosperity does not begin where my freedoms end. Apana. So you think because you are doing well, we are supposed to suffer and clap for you? Bro. No. We have to be serious. You have to outgrow your stupidity. If you feel you're becoming very stupid, you have to just call yourself for a meeting and ask, am I really stupid? Like now that Spice FM guy, your friends should isolate you. Because clearly you're a state-sponsored propaganda hoodlum. You're a state-sponsored scaremonger. You should be isolated. Until you are sacked, I'll never attend an interview on Spice FM. Till you're sacked. You're trying to sell me fear. Who the fuck? You pay my fucking bills. Hey, Francis has offended very powerful people. Hey, would we be having the independence if people did not challenge the status quo? Would we be having, would you be enjoying the media space that you have right now if people did not sacrifice? Your work is not to remove the winds from my sail. If you feel you have an opinion against me, please keep it to yourself. Because me, I'm not the one who has stolen your taxes. I've never eaten government money, even a penny. You have elected leaders who you don't extend the same courtesy. You have people, your MCAs, your what, you don't speak about them in such heavy and scaremongerish language. But me, just because I use my platform, now, what have I done? Whom have I killed? Instead of you saying, this guy has never killed anyone, this guy has never assaulted, has never raped anyone. Those are the assaulters, the rapists, the whatever, the corrupt barons, the abductors are in political office. You just do a small mention for them, but then me, who has never done anything, me who has never eaten any of your taxes, now I'm the problem. Oh, I've offended powerful people. Fuck you. And so we are going to the streets on Monday. We will be in the streets on Monday. And I've told you it is very simple. You're going to the back streets. You engage the police in running battles. You're going to stretch them out because the police are limited in their resources. You know all of that. You ban one car, you ban two cars, those images spread, everything, they collapse. Make sure you get some few policemen, have them drop their arms, have them surrender, tie them up, and frog march them into CBD. Send those videos you see. The police, they don't have resources. Most probably even the ones who are going to come on Monday will not be paid their allowances. The army was barred from coming to the streets. I told you the army, even they are not with this regime. They are not with them. They know what happened to their CGS. They know helicopters, they don't fall. They know accidents don't just happen. They don't believe in coincidences. So they are with us. So you make the first move. You cannot continue living like this. You are looking over your shoulders. People are being abducted. Young kids are dying because these guys, they don't have any use for youth. Because they want to kill as many because they want to remain in power for the longest. So your work is not to amplify. Your work is not to complement government propaganda and scaremongering mechanisms. That's not your work. And especially for people who are non-state actors like me. I've never gotten government money for any shit. This illusional or delusional unity that you guys keep foisting, you guys keep promoting, you guys keep bullying us. See, why can't you people be together? You're trying to make it look like Okia is our symbol of unity. Like Morara is our symbol of unity, that when I get into conflict with him, then no! Morara, these are opportunists, these are conmen, these are frauds, these are obtaining by false pretense. So me calling them out, no, is not inversely proportional to undermining the movement, because my calling them out, I told you, does not mean that I'm endorsing Ruto. Have you ever seen me somewhere saying I endorse? Fuck you, man. This language will have to stop. This unity that you guys have been touting does not exist. People have vested interests. Other people have been sent to deliberately sabotage. And me, I cannot sit with my oppressor. I'm sorry Kibwet Bull had not known the treacherous nature of some of these characters and clowns. It's unfortunate that Kibet Bull went with the naivety of a young boy to seek help from a cannibalistic politician called Okiya Omtata and went missing thereafter. It is very unfortunate. It is very unfortunate that you people are still collaborating with Morara. It is very unfortunate that ever since Morara had a public spat with Mercy Tarus has never been seen since again. Since those days, she has never been seen again. She has never been tweeting again. Ever since they had an online spat with Morara Kebaso. And you as a small activist, young upcoming activist, you think that aligning with Morara Kebaso is going to somehow propel you. You are playing around with your death. You're tinkering. By affiliating with these people you're calling famous celebrities, activists, I don't know what. You are joking around. And so, we are trying to avoid the same mistakes our forefathers made. We are trying to avoid the same mistakes Mwai Kibaki, James Orengo, Getobu Imanyara, Kiraito Merungi they made. Because what did they do? They were so focused on Moi must go, they could have accepted anyone into the cause. They did not vet them. Because if you isolate these people at the infancy of the movement, you can deflate their momentum. But you guys embraced Hanifa, you embraced Morara, you gave them clout, you allowed them to direct you as if you're a bunch of livestock. And so you self-sabotaged inadvertently, unknowingly, because of your simple stupidity. So in the 90s, they embraced Jaramogi, who has been a lifetime bootlicker of Moi. He came there, what did he do? He started playing the tribal card. Oh, they wanted to do this, to do that. No, let's settle on X, Y, and Z. Then his son came in 1997. Oh, that is Raila Odinga. He had a party called National NDP, tribalism. Oh, let's do this, let's do that. He split the votes in 1997, and then immediately after, he went to join Moi in 1998 as the KANU Secretary General. He undermined what was called the Inter-Party Parliamentary Group, where they were seeking reforms. If you look at those videos, you can find them on TikTok, those historical archives, you will see them saying no reforms, no election, and they were stealing the parliamentary mess. And who was undermining all of that? It is Raila Odinga, just like he's doing now, shamelessly standing up and saying, oh, Ruto is good, Ruto is God. So that man, does he deserve respect? Somebody whose history of treachery, whose history of betrayal stems back to the 90s, does that man deserve your respect? Come on. So our forefathers lacked the mental tools or the confidence or the courage to call out the traitors within. I am breaking the generational curse. And I am saying it is very simple. We cannot continue using the same strategy of Okiya Omtata, tried, tested, and failed. We cannot use the Boniface Mwangi strategy of trying to negotiate with police, because negotiating with Kenyan police is negotiating with terrorists. We have the numbers. We have the militant kids. We have the kids who can make those Molotov cocktails. We have the kids who can use poison ivy. You know the poison ivy, the plant. You use it to get the police. You have your tasers. You have your pepper spray. We are going militant. We are going militant. This is not the time for you to go there with placards. You're telling the police, Sina makosa. Fuck you, man. Cops don't give a shit about you. They are there and then it's a scripted play. So they arrested Mukia, and then all the media attention goes on the activists, and then they move from police station. Oh, we are looking for Okiya Omtatah because he's the leader. Whose leader are you? Okiya Omtatah, you're nobody's leader. You're not our leader as Gen Zs. Stay away from the protests. Boniface Mwangi insinuated himself in the finance bill protest. The idiot is so illiterate. You can listen to his speeches. He doesn't make sense. You can tell he doesn't read. He doesn't analyze. He hadn't even done anything finance bill related before June on his Twitter. Same as Hanifa. Hanifa, you can tell every time she opens her mouth, she confirms our worst fears that the space between her ears is empty. So these guys are functional illiterates. You came and embraced them in the movement where we were seeking economic emancipation. We wanted the collapse of the finance bill. So you are the problem. You who embraces these charlatans, these harlots. Julius Kamau has been with placards since time immemorial. What have those, and there's no new knowledge. We wanted deep understanding of our political structure. We have spent the last 2 years discussing on social media, understanding how they have weaponized tribalism. They have used the class war. They have used the gender war to perpetuate, to divisive sentiment, to keep us in a state of internal conflict. We didn't want one placard. One placard can obviously not satisfy our desire, cannot quench our thirst for knowledge. So one placard every other time, and then you have your cameras there, and then you send those videos on the Team Courage WhatsApp group, which is populated by the media idiots there, and then they make it trend, and then you're selling fear to the rest of us so that we don't pull out, we don't pull up for the protest. We have, this strategy has been tried and tested. That's why I was asking you, in your last act of nobility, can you be gracious enough to set aside, to put aside your cannibalistic ambitions, to put aside your thirst for government handouts, those peanuts that you're sucking dick for? Can you set them aside? And you say, let the kids win. Is that too difficult to ask? Because if you look at your age and the kids who are clamoring for change, these kids are young and they have a better understanding about the governance more than you. And you, the old people, you're trying to steal their thunder. You're trying to dim their shine. Because you don't want kids to thrive. You don't want them to excel where you failed. And we know these are all scripted charades, because me, when I was arrested, Mother Karua never came to bail me out. PLO Lumumba never came to look for me in the office. So when Okiya is arrested and then these other prominent figures follow them around with the cameras and what, you are hemorrhaging attention from the actual victims, from the cause. And so we have no reason to doubt the fact that this is all scripted. This is all choreographed. This is all meant, structured. You are state actors. You are an arm of the government meant to undermine, meant to disrupt any mass movement. We have no reason to doubt it now. Must you sabotage any movement that you didn't start? You did not start this protest movement. You did not do anything to set it up, but because other kids have done it, now is your time. PLO Lumumba is your time now to get the media, and then you go to see Okiya Omtatah in, I don't know, Gigiri prison, and then what? No, that's not your call. Why was Okiya Omtatah in prison, in police cells in the first place? Because he gave himself up for arrest. He went to sit down at police, with police, because it is choreographed. And then you come. And then all of you are just hemorrhaging attention, and we're asking you, can't you be decent people? Why are you so classless? Why are you so formless? Why are you so petty? Why are you so pathetic? That kids, you're not different from William Ruto, who is killing children. There's no difference between you, Okiya Omtatah, who is trying to undermine a movement for children, and William Ruto, who is actually killing children. There is no difference. Boniface Mwangi, you're an old activist. There's no difference between William Ruto, who is killing children and you who is going to sabotage children. There's no difference. Fucking morons. Tata, is it too much to ask you to stay home on Monday? We don't want you. We don't want your corrupt journalists who follow you around. We don't want you anywhere. We want the journalists to be in the field. We want them to follow what protesters are doing in the back streets of Nairobi. We don't want them to focus on you celebrities, always hogging the limelight, always trying to divert attention from the real victims. You are not victims. You are opportunists. Having to give you lectures here as if you are my children. So your enemy is Okiya Omtata. Your enemy is Boniface Mwangi. Your enemy is Hanifa Edan. Your enemy is Hussein Khalid. Your enemy is Julius Kamau. Your number one enemy from today, I want you to say this name loudly. It is Morara Kebaso. Anything within your power, once you see them, to light those vehicles ablaze, you will be doing God's work. You will be doing God's work. Every day, it's side shows by these characters, side shows. They are becoming more desperate and more desperate. Now, if you see Twitter has been tainted by these guys we call Okiya Omtata fuckboys. This KOT Sonko Mabonga and his group. They have set up dummy accounts who are going to comment on posts. They have tainted the integrity of our conversations. So what you do, if you see those accounts, you just block them. Any account set up between 2022 and 2024 with few followers, block all of them, because they are controlled by these Okiya Omtata fuckboys. This is serious stuff that we've been talking about. We are at the penultimate stage of our democracy, our fading democracy. They have captured all other tenets of democracy. They have captured all constitutional offices. They have captured the legislature. They have captured the opposition. They have captured trade unions. They have captured the judiciary. They have captured NGOs. They have captured commercial activists. Social media is where it's at right now. It's what's giving them stress. It's what's giving them grief. Because they were so sure it was Kumi bila breaks. They were sure. What did we have to do? We had to kill another Omsando. We had to do this. We do this. We have our own pliable Chief Justice. Ahmed Nasir has started the bandwagon of judicial reforms. But these are selective interventions by these guys because they want to place their people, the people who will help rig the elections again for them. So nobody, you are not to trust anybody. You look at the message. If the message aligns with your aspirations, you flow with that. But don't go because this guy is famous. This guy is... No, we don't trust these people. These people are cannibalistic pricks. These people are narcissistic bastards. These people can do anything for $1. Can even sell their own children. Please, Monday is a fight for your life. It's a fight for your integrity. It's a fight for everything that you have ever dreamed of. Monday is the day. You are not supposed to go there and then go home. You're supposed to go there knowing you're going to sacrifice. Business people in Nairobi, we will not be held hostage by your narratives. We will not be held back by your need to make money. You think that now, when the rest of the country is getting broke, that you will continue making money while all our other freedoms and ability to make money is being suppressed? We will not allow you to, my friends. We won't allow you. Business people, you won't come to emotionally blackmail us. You won't come to tell us that, oh, maandamano inaharibu biashara. We will, until we achieve our objective, you will shut down your stores. You mtafunga hizo duka. Because you can't be holding us hostage. Every time we will never reach Canaan because you have to make your 10,000 a day or 5,000 a day. Apana. You will join us in solidarity because even you are parents, even you have family members who have gone missing. You know how your businesses have been struggling. We are asking for a sacrifice. Even if this sacrifice was to last for 2 weeks, it is still, that would still be a minuscule of the money that you make in a year. So why don't you want to sacrifice these 2 weeks? Why don't you want to sacrifice this 1 month for a lifetime of prosperity? No. Please don't hold us hostage with your narrative. Please don't hold us back. If you feel that you need to open your shop, open it. But don't come to emotionally blackmail us. Don't come to tell us that nisi tunaharibu biashara. You close your business. So that the government-sponsored goons, once they come to loot, you won't come and say and cry on TV and saying it's protesters. No, protesters, we don't have an interest in stealing your shit. So close your business. Be prepared to go for the long run because we are all suffering. We are all not making ends meet. We cannot continue in this state of affairs. So don't make it look like, oh, you've been asked to sacrifice for 2 weeks. You think it's the worst thing to have happened in your life. No. You sacrifice for everything else. You tithe. Without even knowing that wherever you're tithing, where you're going to go there. So if you have the temerity, or if you have I don't know the words to use because I'm getting angry. If you can be able to sacrifice for imaginary gain, if you can tithe, why don't you want to sacrifice for tangible benefits, for tangible progress, which you're going to see immediately? Why don't you want to sacrifice for these 2 weeks and close your business? Why do you want to, you want to set you're not different from Okia Omtata and his bandwagon of harlot journalists, activists, sorry. That then they go there in front of police and then they stage their own arrest so that they can hemorrhage attention from the actual victims and the cause. Now you're doing the same. You open your business. You know very well protesters have no interest to come and steal your shit. The goons will be funded by the government to come and steal your place. And then you'll come on TV crying, duka yangu ilibiwa. Nani alikwambia ufungue umbwa hii? Funga duka! Funga duka! Thank you very much to the techies today who disabled the e-citizen platform. There was quite a lot of progress. There are other websites which I think are being targeted. I'm just saying I think, I don't know. But thank you to the techies who are rising to the occasion. We need to grind this government to a halt. All government websites, they need to stop collecting money because this is one way of civic disobedience. We cannot feed the very monster that is devouring us, that is consuming us, that is abducting us, that is killing us, that is appointing people like Abel Rotich to head abduction units. We cannot. So everyone has a role to play. Techies, you're very important. Don't be confused. Don't buy into this narrative that only street protests work. There are very many strategies here. The techies are doing their own thing. The graphic designers are doing their own thing. The TikTokers are mobilizing. The XRs are providing administrative support. Everyone has a role to play. The only people who have no defined role, but who seem to be getting the lion's share of the limelight, are the activists, commercial activists. Those are the only people who don't have any defined role, but they seem to be everywhere the protest comes, they are the ones who are commanding the lion's share. Everyone else, you know your role. Everyone else, you know your role. Stick to it. From tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, I'll be doing TikTok live. My TikTokers have been complaining that I have ignored them, so I'll do TikTok live. So that we discuss about Monday. We overcome these fears that are being sold to us. We overcome the lethargy that you guys have built up in yourselves. For instance, on New Year's 31st, Githurai residents should have walked to CBD. It was very simple. You were there. You had the numbers. All you just needed to do was walk to CBD. You have bought the fear that has been sold for you by state agents, by the media, like that Spice FM idiot. That Spice FM idiot was just speaking. You could see, he's like the police who came to arrest me. They were so hostile. It's almost like I had personally antagonized them or personally wronged them. That's how the Spice FM fucker who was speaking last night was doing. He was speaking like I have wronged him myself. He was so, he had that tone of, my God, Francis, you're going to die. Please do not predict somebody else's death. You might end up dying before me. Just because you're politically correct does not insulate you from the vagaries of bad governance, from the vagaries of William Ruto's treachery, William Ruto's abductions. You are not safe. Nobody is safe. So for you to proclaim that I'm the one, you mean I'm the only critic of the government? You mean I'm the only one who is criticizing the regime? So all these other people who have been abducted? No, we are many, we are legion, we are force. And all of us, if we decide to drop the scaremongering people around our midst, whatever Jabba base you go to, I told you, one person has been planted there. That person is meant to sell you fear. I told you all the university student leaders are on the payroll of the government. All the border officials are on the payroll of the government. So it is upon you to not be mobilized by your border chairman or secretary or treasurer, because you'll be inadvertently working for the state. If you're a business person, you go and open your store, go and open your shop, you are looted, please don't come to cry on TV, please. Usikuje kutulilia. You know when you come to cry, what will tell you? Cry me a river, build a bridge and get over it. Ni wewe tulikuambia usifungue biashara yako. Wewe ukajiona wewe ni stero ufungue. You need the money. You don't need life. You don't need good governance. You don't need street lights. You don't need potholes fixed. You don't need drainage and garbage collected. You want your money. Wewe unataka pesa. Wewe unataka hela. Kwa hivyo fungua biashara, please usikuje utulilie. Wewe umetambua biashara kuliko human rights, kuliko constitutionalism, kuliko good governance. Umetambua biashara yako. Umeshinda huku ukituambia biashara, we cannot even live in peace because ni lazima ufanye biashara. Now, if those are the things that you take, you foist with importance, then do you. But don't come cry to us when your shop is raided. Usikuja kutulilia hapo kwa TV. Please, Githeri Media, you will not cover business people whose products or whose shares will have been ruined by state-sponsored goons. We don't want that coverage because we have already given them notice. I will write a letter to the business people telling you not to open your shops. And if you open your shop, it's at your own risk. Itakuwa kwa hiari yako. You understand the risks. If you don't want to sacrifice your stock for 2 weeks because you must make that extra coin, if you think the rest of us should suffer so that you can make money, we are telling you we are your potential customers. We are suffering. We don't know whether we will have money to even sustain your businesses within the next 6 months. So common sense should prevail that you closing for 2 weeks and sacrificing with the rest of Kenyans will benefit you. What you lose at the corner, you're going to gain at the roundabout. You can make the sales of 1 month in 1 day. You can make the sales of 1 year in 1 day. You can also have those sales of 6 months in 1 day, every day. Every day, when people have money in their pockets, when we are not being robbed, we are not being looted left, right, and center by the politicians, we will have more money to spend in your businesses. So if you're not ready to embark on that sacrifice, then go fuck yourself. Musikuje, I'm going to write a letter to the business people of Nairobi and other towns. Musikuje kutulilia eti biashara yako imeibiwa. Tumekuambia mapema kutakuwa na maandamano. Tumekuambia that the people who sponsor violence are the government. The people who sponsor goons are the government. They will take advantage of our peaceful protest to come and rob and loot your businesses. Knowing that, will you be as stupid as the kids who went to see Okiya Omtata and he had them abducted? You know all the risks. It's like you already now, I've already told you about all the sellouts, the real enemy, who are the activists. You know the risks of collaborating with them, of communicating with them. If you want to do it and you are abducted, hiari yako. If we tell you not to use Safaricom, na utumie Safaricom, you are abducted, hiyo ni mambo yako. If we tell you don't open your business on Monday because we are protesting, and government will sponsor goons to take advantage so that to come and loot and cause damage to your business, ni hiari yako. Kwa hivyo wewe ukifungua duka ikuje ibiwe na state sponsored goons, usikuje kutulilia because you will be accusing me of stealing, because that's what you did in June. You are trying to insinuate that protesters are the ones who came. These protesters are your kids. And then you are insinuating that they are the ones who came. No, these were state-sponsored goons. You know that. So don't open your businesses. Sifungue biashara yako wewe. Sije kutulilia. Don't come crying to us. Going to write a letter to business people. We cannot be held back. Your constant beratement. Hii maandamano inaharibu biashara. Maandamano inaharibu biashara. No. You are either with us or with the enemy. Okiya Omtata has chosen the enemy. Boniface Mwangi has chosen the enemy. Hanifa Edan has chosen the enemy. Julius Kamau has chosen the enemy. Morara Kebaso is the enemy. Hussein Khalid has chosen the enemy. By opening your shop. And from then on, it's beyond our control. If the goons come and pull up at your shop, please don't blame the peaceful protesters. Peaceful protesters. Now, let's drop all pretense of diplomacy. Let's drop the protest model that has been employed by Okiya Omtata and Boniface Mwangi since time immemorial. Now we are going militant. Following in the footsteps of our Mau Mau parents. Following in the footsteps of those who spearheaded the second liberation. You understand? Tell a friend to tell a friend that this is the day 6th June, we are stepping into our light. 6th June, we are taking it to the next level. 6th June, we are not allowing divisive rhetoric. 6th June, we are not entertaining divisive and polarizing characters. We are not allowing these activists, these commercial activists to come and tell us to go home. Why are they sending us to our slaughter? Why are they sending us to our death if it's not scripted, if it's not coordinated with the government? Why was Boniface Mwangi telling you to go home if he wasn't aware that by the time you're getting home, the police are going to come and slaughter you in your estates? And then he knew that Safaricom will switch off their network. He was aware of all of that prior. And he still told you go home. Under the guise that going home, you're going to be safer in your beds. They came to your homes. They abducted you. They have continued abducting you one by one. And you think it's gonna stop. And you think it's gonna end. You have to be serious. You have to be serious. Don't be idiots like that fat fucker of Spice FM. Oh, Gaino, how's offended? You know, Gaino is in serious trouble. Unauzia nani uoga? I am broke. I don't have money to buy your fear, motherfucker. Our lie be lie. I am not attending a Spice FM. And I'm telling people who got for Spice FM, don't go for interviews again. If they still maintain that fucker who is selling us fear. Why are you selling us fear? Have you ever used the same tone on the people who are actually looting your taxes? Have you ever? Hey, guys, who has offended powerful. Powerful people who can command goons. The only powerful person I know and I fear is God. So, thank you very much. It's now 7:25. I've given you an hour and and a half or so, close to it. Just remember, the power is in your hands. You can step into the new future that you envision. You can curate a new reality. This doesn't have to be our daily routine. We should not live in fear of being tear-gassed in churches. We should not live in fear about being abducted. We should never live in fear. Again, the power is in your hands. You mobilize, you discuss, avoid any scaremongering tactics that they are deploying on you. Stay away from commercial activists. Stay away from prominent influencers. Mobilize wherever town you will be. I saw young kids in Nakuru. They had a mob of protests in Nakuru. Don't go stand somewhere. Spread out so that you corner the police. Have them cornered with their horses. Take one horse down. Hata hiyo farasi mnaweza enda muchome mahali. Ukule mkikesha. If they are going to deploy, you have to be ready. So corner them. You just need 2 to drop their arms, surrender, tie them, frog march them. 2 minutes of video. Uone. Be in the back streets, have stones so that you block police vehicles from accessing where you are. Put the stones on the road. You put them in such a way that the police will find themselves in a dead end. In that dead end, you have somebody upstairs blessing them. You have the mixology upstairs blessing them with a cocktail, with a Long Island. Hey, blessing them with a Long Island cocktail. So there is a way you can put the stones on the road that driving, then they drive to a dead end. These things, you don't even have to plan them before. You'll plan them on site. You'll meet like-minded people on the streets. You'll be so many that even the sellouts now will be scared to engage because they'll see, like, even them watachomwa. So even and then you can tell a police how they look. Just look at the body frame. You can tell how a policeman looks. Number one, they will always have their kofia. Number two, they will always have a jacket. Number three, their frame is upright like this. Number four, you look at the hands. Just simple physical features. You can tell how a policeman looks. If you see that's an undercover person, finish Kumalo. Finish Kumalo. So put the stones on the road. If you see any civilian trying to remove those stones on the road, now you know the cue. Now that's the policeman who has been sent, who has been embedded in your crew. You deal with them. Put the stones on the road so that the police will not access the streets where you're protesting. It is that simple. Now they will be forced to come on foot. As they come on foot chasing you, you're taking them this way, you're taking them this way, you're directing them to the dead end. To the dead end. Once they get there, please, very simple. I surrender, I lay down my arms, you take them, tie their hands, frog march them into CBD one by one until you make your way to the house on the hill. Ruto knows, the intelligence have already told him. If you have noticed, he is not spending a lot of time in State House, Nairobi. He knows. He knows the temperature is rising. Why? Why aren't you producing the kids? Oh, there is a possibility that some of them could have been killed. Is there a possibility? Is there a remote possibility? If he knows what that will trigger, what that will lead to, then he will take necessary precautions by once not being in Nairobi. But his absence does not mean shit. His absence from Nairobi does not mean shit. The moment Kenyans just rise up, they do what needs to be done to parliament, they go to State House, he is as good as toast. Everything will start just aligning itself. And you just have to sacrifice your 48 hours, your 72 hours. That's all you have to sacrifice. So you as a business person, if you think it's a tall order sacrificing, the 5,000 you're going to make that day, and then you go and open and risk losing your stock, please usikuja kutulilia. Enda ulie nyumbani. Enda ulilie kwa choo. Thank you very much. Tomorrow, TikTok Live, TikTokers, I'll be with you on TikTok Live. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's get ready for Monday, 6th January, Mother's Day. All the mothers, you've seen what they've done to our sons. Let's get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready. We have covered, we have sealed all loopholes. We have understood where we went wrong in June. We have known who are the traitors. We have known who undermined the movement. We have come to a higher level of understanding, higher level of consciousness about ourselves, about our path, about our destiny. So that we will meet on the flip side of the revolution. We will meet on the other side of the river. We will meet and laugh and hug and say, we have brought down a dictator. Then we'll say like Optimus Prime, let those who exist long after us know that this was our finest hour. Santeni sana.